Good afternoon, everyone. It's Kristen Hancock, the Simcoe County Stamper, and today I wanted to share gilded leafing technique with you. So I'm using the Art Gallery stamp set, and I'm going to be using the thank you. And I'm also going to be using this little label die and the coordinating paper, which is just beautiful. So I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base, and it measures 3 by 6 and it's scored at 3. So I'm going to fold that and I'm going to set it aside. I have 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So one is the coordinating paper and one is just Whisper White. Then I have a 1/2 inch strip, so it's a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. And then I have a Blushing Bride little label cut with the dies. So we are going to start with some liquid glue and just a really easy technique for using this gilded leafing. So if you don't have any yet, this stuff is super fun to play with. It's very light, and when you open the container, it has a tendency to want to fluff out. So I recommend having a container to keep it and store it in. So this is just a Tupperware container with a lid, and you can see how messy it is in there. So I'm gonna crack my lid open so that it's ready to go when I want to use it. I do not recommend having, look at, it's already flying out. It's so feather light. I don't recommend having a fan or anything on in the room because it will make a mess. The stuff will fly all over the place. So my lid is off, it's ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we are going to use the liquid glue just to highlight a few areas on the petals on our paper. And we wanna put it on very lightly. So I'm just gonna go to the corner of my grid paper here and make sure that my glue isn't clogged, and it's not, it's coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on there. So you can choose whatever areas you want to highlight. It would work with multiple different types of paper and themes. I'm choosing the petals on a flower. And I think I'll add a little bit to this flower as well. I think I'm happy with that. So you can see that it's just a light coating of glue that I've got on there. So we'll bring in my container with the gilded leafing in it. And you're gonna wanna have a sponge or a paintbrush or something on hand to use. So you can take your paper and place it right into the gilded leafing. You can also pick up the gilded leafing and place it right over the areas that you have glue so that you know you're getting the spots. Then you're gonna take the sponge and you don't wanna push down and super hard and swipe if you've got big glue clumps, because it's gonna streak that glue. So I'm just gonna pat down just gently, and then I'm gonna start just gently moving the flakes away. As it starts to dry, you can use a little bit more pressure to try to get some of those flakes off. And there we go. It's like making it a specialty paper, very simply. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put the lid back on that before it flies away on me. So now we're just assembling. So we're going to go ahead and mount that to our card base. I'm gonna go ahead and put that little strip designer series paper onto this as well. And that can go in the inside. The last thing we have left to do is our stamping. So I stamped thank you from the art gallery set in Blackberry Bliss. And then I used mini dimensionals to attach it. And my dryer's done. Sorry. So there we go. That was a super quick card, but it's a lot of fun. And there we go. Hopefully you can see that shine. And for anyone who's wondering, I'm going to show you the difference between gold embossing powder and gilded leafing. I was asked in my open house, so I went ahead and I stamped just a splatter. I forget which stamp set it was from, but it was just a splatter image. So I stamped it and I embossed with the gold embossing powder on this sheet. And then I did the same thing and used the gilded leafing on this one. So you can see when they're together that the gold embossing powder gives you better definition and detail, if that's the type of image that you're using. But the gilded leafing is much shinier. It's much brighter and more sparkly. So it just depends on what kind of a look that you're going for when you're deciding which one to use. There's, like I said, far less definition, but more sparkle with the gilded leafing. So I hope that was helpful. I hope if you haven't used it, give it a try. If you have any questions about the gilded leafing, please send me a message. I'm happy to share. I don't know everything, but I'm happy to look into it for you and share the things and tips and tricks that I have learned so far. So thanks for watching and have a great day.